Following content is intended for a mature audience only. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
We're on British Bears, coming to you from another land. The British Bears Show, another kind of fan. Bears fans all day, Bears fans all night, 365 days, 5,000 miles away. Hey, hey, hey! The British Bears, the Irish Bears, the German Bears, the Polish Bears. Wait, what? We are Bears. We are Bears. We are Bears fans. The British Bears, the British Bears. Welcome to the British Bears.
Welcome to the British Bears Show. And now your hosts, C-Dub and Jason UK Bears.
We're all British
I was going to do that. So, yeah, thanks again, guys, for hanging around. Sorry for the delays. I've had to promote someone from the practice squad tonight, so I better just bring him in.
Wait, can I dance with you then?
Definitely. Get that back on.
Bears fans all day, Bears fans all night,
Yeah, that's enough of that. That's enough of that.
365
That's enough of that.
days,
All right, I got it.
You got it.
5,000 miles away.
Just, hey, that's great, man. I love that intro. Thank you so much for doing that. That was,
Hey, man, I'm glad you
really-
like it.
Yeah, and thanks for stepping in at zero notice. Like I said in the comments earlier, guys, Chris has got IT problems. His computer's just blown up, so he's not with us. Hopefully, you won't have to go on season-ending IR. But and then Foster was due, but he didn't turn up, so we've called in the reserves. So thanks, Shorty, again.
Hey, all I had to do was leave work early because of you guys.
Yeah, that's not nothing too bad, is it?
No,
Or
it's
is it
not.
a disaster?
I was planning on. I knew that Chris had the problem with his computer, so I was planning on. I actually called Foster last night and had an hour conversation with him, starting off with, you have the time change now, which means it's an hour later for you. So I had to plan it an hour later for us. Yeah.
Hour later for you guys.
Also, which works out because I should technically be off work at 5:00 Eastern time, and I never do. But finally, somebody just finally made me stop working, and I appreciate it.
Happy to help.
So I'm glad to be here. I did a show with Chris when you were gone, and I'm happy to do one with you. Always love talking with you, brother. Even though we talk all the time, but
Yeah,
let's
same,
talk
man.
on there.
Same. It's great to chat Bears for an hour with you live here with
Yeah.
all our other friends in the chat, which we'll say hello to now. So Armando's in, Lee Bruin is there, Squeegee, of course. That was me. Who else we got? Patty was in there, I saw too. There's Patty.
Yep.
Aldo popped in to say, have a great show. Hope everyone in the chat is well. He's going to be listening while he works. And he's saying tonight's Buffon 55 is going to be wild, apparently. So we look forward to that.
I bet you I know what it's going to be all about.
Oh, really? Okay. And Crimson, Antmass. And I think that's everyone. They're just greeting each other as they do. But yeah, and anyone else that isn't typing but is listening, watching, whatever. Thanks so much for joining us, and also just for putting up with the delay there. That was a bit of an issue, but we're here now and we're ready.
It's
to roll.
happening, right? So that's all that matters.
This is going on now, yeah.
So it's Crimson. You dig? Change your name to Lord Crimson.
No, remember this is the thing, isn't it? It's the
it's how
YouTube's now showing like proper usernames to prevent people pretending to be other people. I think, isn't it? It's like a security thing for stopping fake accounts and whatever.
But I noticed I noticed on other people's chats it wasn't like that.
I don't know. Ask YouTube, mate. I don't know.
I'll have to look it up while you're talking because I don't know. That seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Or later on after the show.
Yeah, exactly. Do it after. You got all. You got an evening, mate. Now you finish work.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks everyone. As we've always say, Chris usually introduces it as saying this is a Bears show with a British accent. Talking on European time zones. We love listening to Shorty and this show, and Aldo and everyone else, and Swifty and Adam Mason and everybody. But obviously, it's nice to chat live on our evening sort of time rather than have to stay up till 2 a.m. So here we are. So let's just kick it straight off, shall we, with Sunday's performance, which actually I don't think was as horrific as some people are making out. We seem to have people seem to have a meltdown, don't they, when we lose? I think expectations changed slightly because the Lamar thing, wasn't it? That is Levante, isn't it? Levante Adams. I'm just got to recognise people by their pictures now.
Their pictures, yeah.
Yeah. So welcome, Levante. And Matt, you're right, man. We all thought everyone put it down as a loss, didn't they, for the start of the season? I think because of Lamar being out and we're on a 4-game run, I think it's just expectations changed, and then just people lose their minds when we lose, didn't we? And I think it was a little bit of the manner too. I don't think it was as bad as some are making out. But yeah, I mean, we can go through it. Piece by piece.
I don't think it was as bad as some people are making it out to be about Caleb. I think that I'm going to add that extra set of words to that sentence because this was, listen, we have gotten nothing but shitty calls all year.
Oh man,
the hit on OZ, the spearing, the helmet,
ridiculous, wasn't it?
They called Gordon last week for a play that was only similar in the way that the guy caught it, turned around, and was labeled, put on his ass. But when Gordon hit him, he came up with his hand to almost shield himself from his helmet hitting helmet to helmet. And if you look at that play 2 weeks ago, you could clearly see he did not hit him with his helmet. He just upended him and put him on his ass. It was a beautiful football play. But this play that we're talking about with OZ last week, where he got the helmet, I'm sure you've all seen it.
Yeah.
On many shows, and it's on Twitter all over the place now. I was screaming. I was screaming at that time. I was pissed because they're talking about the replay, and they're not even talking about that hit at all. And if you remember, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, a Monday night game, the Lions had there was an offensive play that they had reviewed that was, I forget what it was. Let's just call it an incomplete pass or out of bounds or something. And when they were reviewing the play, they found that the Lions had caused a foul on that play, and they never caused the flag. They never threw the flag, but they were reviewing whether the play was inbounds or not or whatever it was. But then they decided to call a flag after watching the review.
Yeah.
That has never happened before in the NFL, and it happened that one night for the first time. And I'm screaming at the TV, if you're going to do that once this season, then you better do it again, because that is a blatant crowning.
It was so ridiculous. Is that an echo from my end? Is the sound all right? I thought I heard a bit of feedback there. Okay, but nice. How
do we sound? Do we sound okay? Is it do I have an echo?
Yeah, let us know in chat if there's a problem with the sound. We've changed my volume. Shortly talked me through it before the show after last week when people were saying I was quiet, but I don't normally get called that. But yeah, but yeah, that's what I was the same as you, mate. And I messaged you, didn't I, halfway through the game with using some rather choice language about the ridiculous, because it's because you said they were reviewing the play, that whole play to see was it a fumble. Mm-hmm. Never mind that. Why that is such a blatant, kind of spearing, targeting, whatever you want to call it. Literally lowered his head as well, didn't he, into Oz's face, into Ozzy's face mask. Oz, I'll say it for you guys. Booker is in the house, and as well as him, I saw who else popped in? Dave Bears UK. Welcome, Dave. Good to see you again.
Hi, Dave.
All right, Dave. Hello, Dave. That's an inside. No. Oh, what's the one? What's it called? Damn it, League of Gentlemen. If you're English, you might know that sitcom.
League of Gentlemen.
Yeah, it's pretty. I think they've edited it out because the guy in that character is using blackface, and I think they've taken it out for that reason. But on the original DVD, whenever I see someone called Dave, there's a character that's hello, Dave. So I just anyway, that's a silly side note. Football. Yeah, it was such a ridiculous hit, wasn't it? Like he's going to get fined, isn't he? Surely, because he lowered his head and the crown straight into the face mask. It's just like the most blatant kind of ridiculous sort of non-cool.
If you're gonna take away his money, then give us the fucking call. I mean,
that's the problem. It means nothing now, does it? He's gone. We don't get any benefit of that. We don't get 15 yards in the first down, closer to the goal line. So it's just annoying, man.
I just cannot believe that they did that in the Lions game. They were reviewing a play and decided to call a foul that there wasn't a flag thrown, and then this was a blatant. This is the whole textbook, reason why they're creating the rules.
That's Millwall, isn't it? That's Millwall Football Club. No one likes us. We don't care. Have you got a link to that, Dave? Are you a Millwall fan or you just know of it? But yeah, I remember that. They sing that all the time. The Millwall football fans. Millwall soccer fans, no one likes us, we don't care. But yeah,
this is the whole reason why they're making these rules, and then they call it against Gordon 2 games ago, and it was totally. This is just what just pisses me off, Jason. Fans, Bears fans in chat, like if you're going to. Do you remember, for example, do you remember when they created the taunting rule?
Yeah.
And then that season, all they did was call every single fucking taunting they could possibly find, and it cost us a game against the Steelers. That was not a taunt.
Well, what was more annoying about that one, mate, was on that same game. I think it was JJ Watt, wasn't it? I think he got a sack or something, and he ran down our sideline like that with his hands to his ear, running down our sideline, and that wasn't called. So right. I'm trying not to be all conspiracy theory about it, but
it's hard not to be.
I'm going to mention penalties in my stats this week, because we're at that stage already. But yeah, that's where we're at. It's awful. But to get to the game, I mean, we normally go through. Booker. This is like I try not to blame the refs because you can't control it. You just got to get on with it. But this shit is starting to look blatant, man.
It's starting to look conspiracy driven because listen, let's take some of these games, Jason. The Commanders game, we should have been up 21-0. Instead, we're up 13-0. Yeah, they took away 2 touchdowns because of one was definitely a touchdown reversed because of a bullshit call, and then later on in the game, when it should have been 21-0, there was some other call that stalled that drive that was completely bullshit.
Yeah,
and because they don't want us to blow games out. If it was 28-0 at half at every game, which a lot of these games it could have been without penalties, then now all of a sudden we're dominating the league and we're dominating the teams that they want. By the way, we're underdogs in all those games, so they're trying to keep the point spread, relatives, so that the bettors can still win their money. And
the more I've looked into that, with like the spread betting and stuff, like this is like, it's a little bit dodge, isn't it? But I think Adam Mason mentioned it on his show with the Washington game was that call that was the ridiculous illegal formation on Benedette was apparently there was a lot of money in Vegas on Adunze continuing his streak of touchdowns in games. Apparently, they would have lost a lot of money. So,
exactly.
Crimson, refs are humans, and humans make mistakes, and they're often too proud to admit it. When I finished playing soccer, I started refereeing, so I totally get that. Some days you have great games, some days you have bad ones. Like players, you just got to try and manage it. But it's the accountability. And to go back to what you said about the call that was changed for the Lions. It sounds very similar to, and I keep saying that this is what we should do with the NFL, is they have, in rugby over here, they have what they call the TMO, the television match official. And he or she is someone up in the booth with a ton of screens just watching the whole game back to all the time. And they can just stop the play and call the ref and say, right, I want you to look at this. I've seen foul play that you didn't spot. And they'll call it and then they'll act on it. And that's a similar sort of thing as they did there. So, because I know people say about having professional referees, and again, they've done that over here in the Premier League, the English Premier League, and it hasn't improved the quality of the refereeing at all. From my opinion of it, what I see of it, and they've now introduced video assistant referees as well, and those guys just seem to be making it even worse. So I don't know, but the way they run it in rugby here is really, really good. So yeah, it's just something to think about, I think. But yeah,
I've seen people in chat, many of you in other chats saying, and on top of this, all they have is like betting app commercials in the at the breaks. So here we're watching a blatant hit that was a helmet to helmet, or last week or the week before Gordon, which was the exact opposite, and it was a call. They're trying to keep, especially that game, they're trying to keep those numbers because the Bears were actually finally favored against the Saints for the first time in the season, and they're trying to keep those numbers down so that they can keep it within that range of plus or minus 3.4, 4 point, whatever the hell it was, and then they in turn throw in a betting commercial at the break, to go like, put your money down on this shit because we're gonna make sure that you can win it.
And I think that's also the implication with this the thing about Lamar Jackson. They made a mistake with the designation of his training, which I guess I don't think it really did affect the Bears in terms of their prep because they'd have been preparing. Huntley's a similar kind of style, isn't he? Not the same level of talent, but he's a similar kind of player to Jackson. Mm-hmm. But the odds changed as soon as it was announced that Jackson wasn't playing, so they did it. They could have done it a day earlier. So it just stinks, doesn't it? It doesn't smell right. That's all it is. You can't prove or disprove anything, but you just think that's I don't like the feel of that.
There's smoke, there's fire, right?
Well, that's it. When the things keep happening, just the week after the NBA stuff comes out. But anyway, we digress.
When you can smell a fart that bad, there's a dump coming.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
but yeah. Hey,
should I be talking British? Should I be trying to talk British with you today?
You can try, but it's really bad. I hope you only if you've been practicing it, mate. That's I don't want to know that Dick Van Dyke stuff that you.
I just try to get it in my Dick Van Dyke accent. I think I could probably do it, mate. I'll probably start to turn into an Australian now at some point.
Well, that is already heading Australian.
It's already heading Australian, even though I couldn't do one if I tried.
Yeah, Booker's right. Yeah, with him, I think our top four cornerbacks being missing, I think that really caught up with us, as well as Jalen Jones did. I think he did okay. I'm quite pleased we got him back. He was okay for us a couple of years ago, wasn't he? But yeah, we struggled with that.
I have a question for you before we continue. Are we keeping this to the Chris Watts style? We're adhering this to like 1 hour, maybe 1 hour and 3 minutes tops, or is this going to be? Are we having a fun show?
Well, if we're having fun, we'll just take as long as we take, man. Yeah.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
There's no limits here. We're just let's just roll. But yeah, it was the first time we've conceded, or it's the most points we conceded since week 2 against Detroit, wasn't it? It's also the first time, obviously, this season that we didn't score 21 or more.
Yep. 24 or more.
Yeah, 24? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, people know. I think it was one I can't remember.
We scored 24 or more in every game, I think.
Yes, yeah, I know we were going pretty well, weren't we? But it was, yeah.
Let me look that up while you're talking.
Okay, do it. Yeah, Crimson saying 21. That's what I kept saying around the place. I think was it the Lions game we lost 21? Or, yeah, I can't remember.
Oh, that's right, the Lions game, yeah.
Yeah. Alex is my name-o. Hello, sexy people. Yeah, Crimson's confirmed 21 against Detroit. Yeah, we blocked that game out, haven't we? That's...
First off, I want to say thank you, Alex.
Yeah. Hey, I think he's calling me. And maybe maybe the guy at the back with the big teeth.
You and the bear in the background, yeah.
That's it, yeah. Three new players. Ooh. Just breaking news.
Oh, let's look that up.
I was having my dinner. I didn't, I'm sorry, I haven't kept up to date. This is the problem with us doing this Tuesday night thing. We don't get any injury reports, do we? And then, are they elevations or what? Who are they? Someone's come and chat. Let's talk to us.
I've got it for you. I've got it. They signed Jonathan Garvin, a defensive end, to their practice squad, and veteran defensive back Nick McLeod. So now we have 2 McLeods to a 1-year contract.
Oh no, that's the guy. That's the one for the practice squad who's been playing, isn't it?
No, this week the Chicago Bears signed Jonathan Garvin to a defensive end to the practice squad and veteran defensive back Nick McLeod to a 1-year contract. The signing of Garvin comes after injuries to Dominic Robinson and Shamar Turner. Oh God, yeah.
Another former Packer, apparently.
Why the fuck do they keep getting Packer players from Green Bay? Oh yeah,
And
FG.
who's the other one? Who's the third one then?
I don't see a third one.
Squeegee said there's 3. Okay, I guess we'll find out. I'm sure somebody in chat knows. These guys know football.
Oh, you guys know your shit. That's for sure.
You do. I come here to learn stuff.
And by the way, there's a boatload of cornerbacks just sitting out there, UFAs for the signing. Like, I know Stephon Gilmore's 35 years old. Has he officially retired? I don't know, but can he still play? That's all I care about. And there's a few more. There's a list of cornerbacks out there, anywhere from like 26 to 35.
Yeah,
mostly 28 or 30 to 35. But at this point, like, we are so depleted that I've already called this season. This season's over. Like, how, before we get into this, I want to ask you this question, Jason. The Lions, we've adopted the Lions like style, right? Like the practice and how they do things, and going forward on 4th downs more than normal and things like that. But we've also adopted a very violent practice where it's full pads, hitting week to week. Do you think in chat? Do you guys think that the adoption of, because normally, like in Eberflus and beyond, most coaches, they don't have violent, hard-hitting, full-blown practices week to week. Do you think that this has anything to do with these injuries mounting up, considering we saw this happen last year with the Lions? They went, 15-1 and got blown out on defense against the Commanders in their first playoff game because their defense was on their 4th and 5th and people off the street from the previous week. So do you think it has something to do with it?
I think it would depend on the injuries, wouldn't it? I think if they were getting more sort of joint injuries and concussions potentially, but it's a lot of soft tissue, isn't it? I'm not sure how much that makes a difference. I don't know, mate. I don't know with that one. I think it's tricky. It's hard to say. But if they're the same, similar kind of injuries all the time, I think maybe, like I say, if it's concussions or like joint injuries, maybe that would be a case. But when it's hamstrings and calves and stuff like that, I'm not too sure. But some comments there from the guys. Antmas says, depending on the money, if the price was right, he would grab Gilmore. Crimson says he disagrees with you about the season being over. He says it's far from over. And Booker's definitely right. If Asante Samuel Jr. wasn't hurt, I think he would have been snapped up already by now, Booker. He's recovering from neck surgery, isn't he? He had a fusion? It's had some fusion of his vertebra in his neck. So it's a pretty serious injury. So he may be coming back soon to full fitness, but I don't know.
I'm curious to know why they signed a defensive end to the practice squad, because Dominic Robinson, his injury it's a high ankle sprain. He's sidelined for a few weeks. Is he on IR? We won't know until
the injury report comes
later
out.
on in the season.
No, they can put him on there straight away, can't they? I think, if necessary. But I know, Turner's out for the season, isn't he, with an ACL? The injuries, man, they're slipping.
Shamar Turner ACL gone for the year. Like,
yeah,
be fucking kidding me.
Because they've been playing him on the edge as well a bit, haven't they? So
yeah.
But today's the day that you have to elevate Booker, isn't it? If they don't do it today, then he has to go. The season's over. He's on IR for the rest of the year. So
and what Greg Gabriel made a point to this, that they were saving that position for other positions because of injuries. So is this the time that are they going to bring him back or lose him for the season? What do you think?
Well, hopefully he's been training in full for pretty much 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, isn't he? So I'd say if Turner, when they're losing Turner and Dom Rob, I think they'll have to bring him back, won't they? Unless there is some problem. But why is he training in full the whole 2 weeks fully training? I don't understand. So he has to. I know that'd be a massive loss because he was flying in preseason, wasn't it? It's such a shame, that injury. Yeah. Oh man. But I think I just mentioned that. So high ankle sprain is probably 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how bad it is.
So he'll be on IR probably, right, Buka? They'll put him out for 4 weeks and then bring him back.
Or yeah, they'll probably assess him this week when they like the next couple of days, decide how long they think, and then if it's bad enough for 4 or more weeks, they'll put him on IR, won't they?
So that I think that kind of leads to the answer, right? So that I imagine Booker will be coming back this week, considering they just signed this new guy to the practice squad.
Yeah. So
which is his name is Jonathan Garvin.
Okay, he's the ex-Green Bay dude.
Fuck Green Bay.
But yeah, FTB. Yeah, Alex is my name. I was saying that Jalen was already hurt and Kyler is soft. Jalen, do you mean it was pre-season, wasn't it? He was, and then he came back and then he did it again and then had the surgery. So, I know this has been gaining some traction, hasn't it, about Kyler being soft. I think he's been in his first 3 seasons. He's played 14, 13, and 15 games. So we're not talking Tevin Jenkins stuff here. I kind of think that's a little unfair on Kyler. He gets some injuries, but man, he makes a difference to this fucking defense, doesn't he?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, Crimson. However, are we going to replace the production of Shamar Turner and Don Rob?
No, I totally agree with you, Lord Crimson.
Lord Crimson.
Maybe if I talk like this, I can talk like this, Lord Crimson, and I can become
Crimson,
British.
Booker says his name is Green Bay Bastard.
Yeah. But to your point, Crimson, where was that? Where was? Pull that back up. But Shamar Turner, yes, he wasn't playing in the beginning of the season, but he was starting to play more. And your hope is that as we get into the meat and bones of the season, his experience is building and he's playing better and better as we get along into the season. And it becomes like a Tank Johnson maybe by the end of the season or something at the very least. You know, his ceiling to me is number 91, Harris from the 2006 team. Why am I losing his name? Somebody help me. Harris, defensive tackle. Oh my God. I hate when you have a brain fart like on the air and you're like, I can't. Just give me 2 minutes to think about this.
Yeah. Let's just wait in silence.
Or not Harris, but who was numbered? Tommy Harris, right?
Tommy Harris.
Thank you, Atmos. Tommy Harris, like, man, for like 3 seasons there, he was a fucking Hall of Famer, right? Like until that injury again that just derailed him. And I was hoping Shamar Turner would kind of be on that trajectory as the Tommy Harris. And now we're not going to find out until next year.
For next year, yeah. Everyone's got it. Steve M. It's not Steve Me, is it? There's 2 different Steve M's.
Yeah, this is weird how YouTube has changed
now
all
showing these names. Yeah, the proper full names. But we have to live with it, Shorty. We're going to have to deal with the change. You know. Yeah, that's exactly it. Alex is my name. I know pass rush plus backup DBs equals fucked. That's kind of it, isn't it?
I have to. I'm writing myself a note right now and I'm going to put it down in my vision so I can go look into this. Because if I try to sit here and look into why everyone's names are all fucked up in chat right now, I'll be like gone, not paying attention to you.
It's been a little while, mate. I think it's like I say, YouTube are just trying to stop people from hiding with like behind sort of name tags. They can just put in sort of and basically pretend to be other people.
Kind of like Don Burr and Don Burr 1.0 and Don Burr 2.0. Yeah. It's probably why Don Burr's gone. Ghosted.
Oh, well, never mind. How will we go on?
Yeah, however will we
carry on? But yeah, I think, man. I saw somewhere we got 3 pressures all game. Was it like 3 pressures from our D line?
Should we like not get out of structure and at least somewhat adhere to Chris Watts' structure?
Yeah, Chris will be horrified when
and then we go like this. And now we're talking offense. So
it wasn't like that yesterday on Sean's show. Oh yeah, I'm an amateur.
Jason, how did you think the offense performed on Sunday?
It was it was exciting to start, wasn't it? We started moving the ball really well, really well. And then we had to settle for 2 field goals, and that just makes you nervous straight away, doesn't it? They looked sharp. They were getting, chunk plays. Just, it opened up well, and then it just kind of like fizzled out, didn't it? Really. I don't know if this sort of this groin injury that has had Swift on the injury report is actually affecting him, because he didn't seem to have such a game this week, did he? So I don't know. Only some 96 yards on the ground today, Sunday, which is obviously
was that total for the team or for him?
Well, for the team, 96.
Ooh,
Swift got 45. Swift got 45 at an average of 4.1. Caleb had 3 for 24. Coleman Nungai 7 rushes for 24 yards, an average of 3.4, and then a couple for DJ for like 3 yards. So we didn't get the run game going the same way, did we? So King Booker's right. We got to put 7 on the board at least once. Sometimes the defense will play well; they'll hold you. You get to settle for 3, but the first 2 drives, especially when we got them on a 3 and out, the Ravens were 3 and out for their first possession. So you think, march down the field, and it was pretty poor.
How many yards passing did Caleb have? Was it like 258?
285.
I reversed it. I went dyslexic on that.
Yeah.
This is similar to a game where it was one of the games where he had 292, I think, yards passing, and I thought he had like 380. I was like, how the fuck was it not even 300 yards? In this, it was reversed to this game. I thought he had like, maybe 210 yards passing, and it was 285. So just for the numbers, Caleb has to average 235 yards a game to hit 4,000 for the season.
Yeah.
As going up into this game, he was averaging before the Saints game, he was averaging 235.8 yards per game, he was on trajectory. Then he had 152 yards or something against the Saints, or 170
or something like that.
50, no, I think it was 50 something. So then that put him behind the 8 ball by like 70, 80 yards. That he had to make that up on top of having another 235 yard game. So right now he's at with 282 and 235 being so he's on the cusp right now. If he has
I saw it earlier. It's just behind. It's like 398.
If he has like a 300 yard plus game next game, he's back on trajectory to have a 4,000 yard season.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't have a terrible game. Why does everyone care? Just because we're the only franchise that's never had it at Crimson, I think, and everyone continues to mention it. I think that's probably why.
It's just a milestone that I think us as Bears fans, Crimson, we just want that off. We want that monkey off of our back. You know what I'm saying? So if he passes for 4,000 yards and 18 touchdowns, we'll be happy. I'll be happy with that, because at least that's one monkey off of our back. The next monkey is 30 touchdown passes or more. And right now he's not on trajectory for 30 touchdowns. In fact, he's got like nine touchdowns and 4 interceptions, which is kind of pedestrian, which is why I think some of the fan base is like cringing at Caleb right now. And I'm going to say this, and I'll let you go about the offense. For me, I know it's Caleb's second year, his second year in another offense, learning another offense. But you also have to take into account that he is on his 3rd head coach and his 3rd or 4th offensive coordinator in his second year. So he's learned all this shit. Last year fucked him up so bad. That's why we kept talking about last year. Just fire Eberflus and go get Ben Johnson now. Or I was clamoring for Harbaugh. Go get Harbaugh right now. And I'd be happy with either of them. But the fact is, like, Drake May, who's having a much better season right now than probably all the rookie quarterbacks, numbers wise, he is with a rookie, another head coach, first year head coach in the second year, learning a new offense. But he didn't go through the bullshit that Caleb did last year with this dysfunctional team. And I'm just not, for me, here's what I'm expecting, or here's what I want to see. I don't want to talk about anything that Caleb does this season at all. We can talk about all the good stuff, and we can certainly bitch about the bad stuff, but this is one of those offenses that it takes you, like by year 3 in this offense, we will know who he is. And if he is not who I think he is, and I think a lot of us think he is, and a lot of haters think he is, then we'll know then. But it's kind of a mute point to be shitting on any specific game that he has, because he's going to have good games, he's going to have bad games. Every second year quarterback has them. Drake May will have them. Jaden Daniels has certainly had them, and he can't even stay healthy. This is the reason why we didn't even want to draft him in the first place, because he's like a beanpole. You knew he was going to get injured. I'm expecting the ACL at some point next time he comes back. So he doesn't have the frame for me as a quarterback. Caleb's a little bit shorter than I would like him to be, but he has the frame. I just think it's relax, breathe, Bears fans, and just allow the process to happen. And let's have the Caleb sucks conversation in at least at the end of year 2 in this offense. And then if it still happens at the end of year 3, then let's talk about it then. But for right now, this is just a growing process, and we all knew it would be. And the fans that are like so adhered to like we're all living in an age of 10-year-olds that have iPhones and cell phones, and who knows who we're talking to on these platforms that are just like so up and down because they want instant results. This is the results that we expect are coming from an elder base that knows what it takes to build a team and to get it's not from here to there in a day. It's incremental. The ones that go from here to there in a day always descend. They don't keep ascending from there. Like Jaden Daniels last year. Most rookie quarterbacks who have a great year like that, they don't keep ascending up on top of that. They eventually CJ Stroud, you name it. The only ones I can think of that didn't were Andrew Luck and Lamar Jackson. The rest of them, they descend, and then they're out of the limelight, and then they reascend, or they don't, and then they get traded. Now look at Daniel Jones. So
I know, yeah, I know. You're right. It's kind of the impatience, isn't it? And I think it annoys people when they see Drake May is now suddenly the one that the media are talking about, and I mean that's. And now suddenly he's the best one from that class. And then it's just, if you asked to do it with CJ Stroud because he had a brilliant season, I totally agree with you. When a rookie quarterback comes in and just lights it up, he's going to come back to the sort of mean, isn't he? Because you can't be. There's some exceptions, but people think that CJ Stroud's going to be him from his first year for his entire career without even thinking that he's going to go through development. A team's going to change around him. But there's been some really good comments in the chat here that I would like to go through, actually, if that's cool with you. PZ, I agree. Just win, baby. That's a big part of it.
Wait, go back to the last one. Go back to the last one. That was a long one. You just said
this one. Yeah. This one. Alex is my name. It's a great point.
The Rams
played a Baltimore 2 weeks ago. Come on, this is the British Bears show. We need a British accent reading these out. Just take a back seat. Enjoy being driven. Just be the passenger tonight, mate.
I will. Thank you.
The Rams played at Baltimore 2 weeks ago against the worst Ravens defense. True, because they had a load of players injured. They had them all healthy this week on the defense, and only scored one more point than us. Caleb and Stafford had the same completion percentage against them. So that's a great perspective, and that's the thing. I think people lose their mind. And the other thing that I was annoyed myself for not mentioning it last week about the Ravens is that the teams they were 1-5. They've played the Bills, the Chiefs, the Lions. They've played some damn good teams as well. So yes, they were banged up. They missed Lamar. They're not the same team without Lamar Jackson, and no team would be. But there's still no mugs, are they? And the defense was back. That's a great point by Alex. Because Stafford again, he's having a great season. The Rams are flying, aren't they? So sometimes you just got to be patient. I agree, mate. I'm not out on Caleb. I am concerned that he's missing passes that I would have hoped at this stage of his career he'd make him, but. Like you said, you've got to undo what the trauma of last year. The guy got sacked 68 times and avoided another 50 himself. So against that shit show that we had to sort of put up with, I think there is a case for him. So he has to sort of undo all the bad stuff before you can start to move forward. And I tried to find it last week from that excellent book that I read when I was on holiday. Monsters, it's called The Story of the 1985 Chicago Bears. There was I can't remember who it was. One of them was talking. One of the senior players was talking about how when they first started building that team, and Ditka came in, and things weren't going well in some parts of it in '84. And they said there's a really good quote in and it said sometimes you've got to be bad first before you can then start to be good again. So, and I'm not, again, don't put words in my mouth. I'm not making comparisons between the 85 Bears or anything, but what I'm saying is sometimes you have to sort of tear things down a bit before you can rebuild them. So what are we seeing from Caleb? How many of his pressures are turning into sacks? It's like less than 10% now, which last year it was about 40, I think, or 30%, 20%. It was much, much more. He's actually halved at least the number of pressures that are turning into sacks. He's still holding on to the ball a bit too much. Sorry, it was coming out quicker for a couple of weeks. But yeah, man, it's improvement. It's totally improvement. There's fewer sacks. I think he's reading the defense a bit better. But there's still stuff to improve. And it's like I say, he's learning the new offense. I think they work well together from what I see with Johnson and Williams and Caleb. They're going to form this partnership, and it's a brand new head coach. He's got that to deal with. Yes, he's a great play caller, although I think he made some slightly iffy calls this week. But it's still a work in progress, and we've got areas to fix. So I'm not out, and I just think there's improvement being shown. Like I haven't had a chance to rewatch the Sunday's game, but I've seen others that have, and they said actually it doesn't look as bad as we sort of first thought because the interception was hideous at a really bad time, wasn't it? It was like 3-point game going into the fourth quarter, and then he throws that interception, and they get the Ravens a 1st and goal. It's like, that was kind of a big momentum shift. So it wasn't a great throw, and it's one you want to have back. But until then, we were kind of in the game, and we stats wise, it was pretty similar. The score was much more one-sided than the stats will tell you. But then, because field position counts, isn't it? Field position is important. And that's another thing that's a bit of a concern is our special teams, but we'll talk about that later, is that we seem to be giving up a lot of yards on kick returns. I don't know why we can't seem to get that right. But in terms of the offense, man, the run game wasn't so good this week. I think someone mentioned it. I was doing the chat, wasn't I? Look at me, I'm getting distracted. But that was a great comment from Alex. Sorry, to talk about the comparison to the Ravens. The Rams playing them 2 weeks ago against the worst defense, and they had one more point. Dave Bears UK says, small steps. We are improving. That's what you want. It's not going to be a linear progression that just keeps shooting upwards. It's going to be bumps in the road. And the Ravens are still a good team. It's not like they're worse without Lamar Jackson, but they're not suddenly bums, are they? So that's it. I was going to come to that one. Definitely. Some of the fan base takes the Caleb shit over board, says Booker. Can he play better? Yes. Is he better than last year? Yes. So you just need some patience, man. We're 4-3. We're still only 1.5 games behind the leading our division. And we've got some games that we can get right. I know the injuries are starting to really hurt, aren't they? But we've got some, I really hate this phrase, but we've got some winnable games coming up. Every game is tough. You can't take anything for granted. But when you look at the teams we're about to play, we've got a chance to build some momentum, to work some stuff out, because there is things that need to be improved. But before we hit the gauntlet of our sort of back end of the season, which is, the division games. But I'd love to find all the Stroud nut huggers from 2 years ago.
Crack me up, Booker.
He's funny. Crimson, to go back to the 4K discussion. Trevor Lawrence has multiple 4K seasons. Would you be happy with him? No. And I think that's not what we're saying. I think we're talking about when people say it, that the Bears have never had a 4,000-yard passer, they're talking about our franchise. I don't think they're talking about the quarterback that we have. They're just saying that this is like, we're the Bears, we run the ball, we have a good defense, and that's what we do. We can't play passing football. It's kind of used as a stick to beat us with, I think that's what it is. So I think it's just something that's in our minds. It doesn't matter. If we win the division, go on to the Super Bowl, does anyone care if Caleb only got 3,800 yards? No, probably not. But it's just one of them little things. It's part of the fandom, isn't it? Part of the following the team. Booker says, check out the teams the Patriots are playing. That's something, again, people look at the records, same with the Ravens, isn't it? They lost, they were 1-5, but they played against some of the better teams.
They could be called lucky too, right?
We were only lucky when we beat, obviously, the Cowboys and the Commanders.
Yeah.
You know what I want in a QB, says Crimson, the ability to make the right decision in the moments that matter. And you're absolutely right. Can't agree. That's it, exactly. And we're hoping that Caleb learns to do that and will take us on. But Booker says that doesn't get mentioned, but whoa, boy, they love bringing up who the Bears only beat. I know. Look at the Cowboys offense, man, and where they're graded in terms of their ranks in the NFL. And then apparently that didn't really count for us, but we held them to 14 points. So,
Packers gave up 40 to them and tied them.
I know.
And that tie is winning them the fucking division again, once again.
Yeah. So, yeah. So Booker says, I said it a million times, stop calling QBs elite after a year or two. And I think this is a media-generated problem, isn't it? It's social media, the sort of general media. It's the attention economy. They want your views. They want your clicks. They want you to engage by pissing you off or making you sort of go crazy with, the latest sort of hyped thing. They've got to keep your attention. So they'll make out like this week, last year it was Daniels. The year before it was Stroud. This year it's Drake May. They've got to talk about the hot topic because it either, gets people excited or gets people enraged, and that's all they want. So
they want you to appeal to their egos so that it makes them feel better. Because, we all have that. I don't consider myself to be egotistical, but I love when, when somebody, like if I'm on Twitter and I say something and nobody acknowledges, I was like, what the fuck? I'll go bitching to my wife about it. Like I said something really good. Nobody even replied to that, but they're replying to everybody. But it's like, because you want some like acknowledgement for what you said, right? Like, that does not bleed itself into my world with this channel. I'm humbled by praises and by people, super chatting and stuff. I'm humbled by that because it's my own baby. But like just spewing something out there in the world for the world to like respond to, even I am guilty of like wanting some praise for that, and this is what everyone is doing, and they're getting it, and they're getting the opposite of that, and that's what they want. And none of it matters. Like if this Bears team was in an age with no social media, everyone would be on board with what's happening right now.
Yeah, because you don't have the 24-hour constant clips or opinions or articles or blogs and YouTubers and stuff. So you're right, it's crazy. When I first got into the Bears in the 80s, it was literally there were some highlights on the weekend on Channel 4, like for about an hour and a half on TV. And then there was a newspaper called First Down that came out on a Tuesday morning, and you would get that. And then there's CFAX, like the old original sort of teletext service on the TV. That was it. That's all you had. And then I just had to wait until some years later when the VHS video would come out at our price or Woolworths, and I'd go and get one of them to look at some highlights. But nowadays you can just click and you'll find about 1,000 opinions on something, or the latest.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Overwhelming, man. So yeah.
I thought today, like, I'm just going to stay off of Twitter because, like, I only really read Twitter when I'm taking a dump. It's like I don't like wake up in the morning and go, what's going on with? So that's what I think about Twitter.
Yeah.
So I think we all thought about it in that regard, that it would be a lot easier for us to just deal with the fan base bullshit that everyone has a voice for. I would like you to talk about this chat.
Yeah, that's why I was holding it there. Yeah, exactly. And Steve M is right. Is Steve? I don't. Is it Steve? Is that Steve Me?
I think that's Steve Me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Steve M anyway says, yeah, Josh Allen 7 seasons, 0 Super Bowls. Lamar Jackson 8 seasons. Justin Herbert 6 seasons, 0 Super Bowls. Caleb Williams year 2. Exactly. And especially when you compare, like, Josh Allen had a stinker of a start to his career as well, didn't he? And now he's like MVP, man. So sometimes you just got to be patient. You got to build a team, and that's because that feeds into this comment by Crimson again. Is great QBs don't win championships, great teams do. Nick Foles has got a ring, for God's sake. It's like exactly. So this you've got to kind of
great QBs do help you to continue to win championships, though. We've seen it with Peyton Manning, right? Like, he only made it to what? 2 Super Bowls his whole career?
Something like that.
Because he couldn't beat Brady, because he was in the AFC and just couldn't beat Brady.
Oh, I imagine. Yeah, just being at the wrong time, isn't it?
Yeah, but Brady, a great QB, like, he was winning them. He was in the championship games every year at the least, like we're seeing with Mahomes right now.
Yeah.
And here's the difference between those 2 QBs and all the others is Tom Brady, he was never the guy that took 15% of the salary cap with his pay.
Exactly.
Because he knew how this either it could be one of 2 things. His wife made so much money he didn't care, or B, he knew what the recipe was to win, and you can't take up that percentage of your salary and keep your players that you drafted and signed, mostly drafted, because the Patriots' success was they would draft and let them go and get a comp pick. They would draft, let them go, get a comp pick. And they had 2 or 3 comp picks every fucking year. So they had multiple picks to add on, to add more players to get comp picks from. And then you're seeing it now with Mahomes. What, 3-4 years ago, he signed a $500 million contract. The guy's making $50 million a year or less. And we're seeing Dak Prescott and quarterbacks that are far meaningless to as far as him, make far more money than he did. And what happened with Aaron Rodgers when he was the highest paid quarterback? And then Jimmy Garoppolo and Kirk Cousins became the highest paid quarterback above him. I want to raise, and then you hamper your team and you wonder why you only won 1 Super Bowl. Yeah. So this is what my hope that would be for Caleb, because he has other investments and he's already made money with NIL and everything else, is that he will not be that guy when it comes to that moment. I want all the money that you can give me. And so
you hope so, don't you? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're wanting to realize that that's the smart way to do it, because I think, it depends on your ego, isn't it? If you know you've got enough money, I can take $10 million a year less or $15 million a year less, and they can buy better players to play around me. So then that's it. You
invest the money that you made correctly, and you make more money on those investments, and you build. You allow your team to be able to build and keep adding to that team and losing players and re-signing players, that have more of an ego than you, because you're still making more money than them by a long shot.
Yeah.
And so that's how you win championships. You have to have that mindset.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how the 49ers are doing it, isn't it? They just continually have like 11, 12 picks in the draft because they're developing players and coaches all the time. So, but yeah, Alex is my name. I was saying we need Caleb and Rome's romance to turn into a throuple with Loveland. Yeah, we need to see more of that, don't we? Did you say that was Komet's first game he's missed in his career with an injury?
I know. That's crazy.
I didn't realise that. Yeah, crazy. Crimson just loves talking football, by the way. That's that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Me too, Crimson. Thank you for joining us tonight.
I'm trolling. It's not trolling. It's good to have a conversation.
It's
respectful. We can have opinions. That's what it's all about.
Did you see on the Greg Gabriel show yesterday when they were talking about Loveland and the play at the end of the game where Caleb threw the ball and it was he was throwing the ball away. What is that called?
Intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. They called it intentional grounding. They took away our last timeout, and they moved it back like 10 yards. On that play, if you rewatch that play, which I refuse to show any more plays on this channel because they keep demonetizing us, and I'm afraid of just waking up one day and the channel's gone. So on that play, if you go rewatch that play, for anyone that has the ability to, because I said to my wife watching the game at the time, I'm like, how in the hell is that an intentional grounding? An intentional grounding is where you like deliberately throw the ball nowhere near anyone. But on this particular play at the end of the game when they took away our timeout, there was somebody that was
in the area, wasn't it, on the left hand side, wasn't it?
So they could have easily just assumed that was just a misread or like a wrong route run on a receiver. And when Greg Gabriel broke that down on the Ballroom Network yesterday, he talked about how Loveland was supposed to cut left, not cut inside.
Yeah.
And if he would have cut outside, it would have been a first down. But it was the rookie. That's why he said, I'm just going to like put some, a little nugget out here. Why do you think he's not playing as much as we hoped? Because he's not reading. He's not there yet.
Taking his hot routes, not taking the right one. Yeah, maybe. We don't see training every day, do we? So we don't know, what's behind the decisions that the coaches are making. So,
and everyone that knows me and watched our draft when we did the live draft knows that I wanted the other tight end in that draft. That was my guy. Was Tyler Warren. I did not. Loveland was not even on my radar, and I was like, "What the? What?" And then the Indy took him, and now they're balling out. He's like the number one receiver for Daniel Jones. And Daniel, what are they? 6-1?
I think they're 7-1.
7-1?
6-1 or 7-1. Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I know. It's insane, isn't it? Steve, so are you a Brit then, Steve? Steve M. Is it? I still have my first down papers. Americans will never understand how we suffered pre-internet. Lol. It's true. You've still got them. That's incredible, you know. But yeah, I used to get that every week and take it to school and see it. You know, they'd have the college games in there as well, and they'd read all about Walter Payton and our defense. Yeah, this Crimson says this and Discord is as close to social media as I'll get. Mike Booker, my cornerstone neighborhood crackhead has better sports takes than them. He means the media, the media.
Sorry, I'm responding to a work call. I have to
That's all right. I'm just going through the chat. It says Crimson again. Okay, Tom Brady lost to Nick and Eli twice. Neither even have over 500 records. Yeah, exactly. So a team makes a difference, man. It's there's been plenty of teams that have done it on a good defense, isn't there? So I'll save my Tom Brady rookie card, says Ron Winarski. Good idea.
I mean, anyone that knows me knows that I have invested way too much money in Caleb Williams rookie cards.
Yeah.
And this is not even the most expensive one, but it's up there. This one's not signed, but these are all like really thick cards, and they're gold plated all the way around the edges, and they're hermetically sealed, so they're like automatically PSA graded 10s. And
nice.
I have thought I'll be honest, I've thought to myself, should I sell these fucking cards right now? Like before?
Not yet.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm in this it's an investment. Like you don't sell off your Apple stock just because they had a bad computer.
Someone did, didn't they? That's one of them famous sort of memes, isn't it? About the guy that sold his Apple shares. One of the founders, they sold him for like $8,000 in the 70s. I think they'd be worth about $300 million now. But anyway,
that's why when I bought those cards, I was thinking about if only back in 1984 when I was going to the comics, the classic cards and comics place, and I was buying literally stacks this tall of football cards that were in like cellophane, and I had like at one point I ended up having like 10 Joe Montanas and like 8 what's the linebacker from the Giants?
Lawrence
Taylor rookies, and I traded all those for comic books, to get a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 comic book, things like that. I wish I would have just hung on to those cards. And so I think if I would have just been buying Michael Jordan, like NBA cards back then, like 20 NBA cards.
You'd be retired now.
I'd be living on an island that I own. So that's my thought process.
Careful, you got to be careful with islands these days, mate. You got to be careful having your own island. I've heard some bad things. All right, let's not go there. Look who's joined us in the chat. Minister Charles Johnson. First time
Minister Charles. By the way, Minister, I want to let you know I saw your email response. It was really long, and I have been meaning to read it, and I will read it, and I will respond to you, and I'm going to help you as much as I can. I promise you that. And I apologize I haven't responded to you yet, but I promise you I will.
Steve is saying that Peyton went to 3 Super Bowls, lost to the Seahawks, beat us and Carolina.
Peyton went to
Crimson. That's a
right.
great point. The Bears have been to 2 Super Bowls, one with Jim McMahon and one with Rex Grossman, Sexy Rexy. I could finally interact. Armando's been having some issues, or is he having his dinner? I don't know. Oh, no, it's not dinner time over there, is it?
Yeah, it's 5:21 for.
That's it. Yeah.
Armando Tecolate 8566 NT. Skylark is joining us. Thank you for joining us, Skylark. You guys are so fucking awesome. I love you guys in chat, man.
Amazing. I've got to keep up. Love them good, but use Komet more, please. Yeah, he was injured for the last game, wasn't he? But they'll kind of mix him in, wouldn't they?
So anything else to the offense you want to touch on?
I think probably not. We're at almost an hour. So Shorty Island, I'm there, says Booker.
I'm there. Dude, if I had an island, I'd have like a complex of guest compounds like everyone could stay in, and you could come stay there as long as you wanted, Buka.
Skylark, welcome in, Skylark. Good to see you. And he's saying betting is ruining sports. Yeah.
1,000% is ruining sports. Like, we got sponsored by BetUS, and how that worked was if I promoted the hell out of them, and then if 3 people signed up using that promo code, then I would get $100. And it would take, I would get $100 per person that signed up, and it would take me $300 to get paid. I think $300. So there was no way I was gonna promoted enough for people to go out and use that promo code to gamble. And then I started thinking, I don't gamble. I hate gambling. I always lose. And then there was one of the guys in chat that was saying, like, my best friend died because he was a gambler. And I was on the show, and I immediately cut them off. I removed everything from them. I told them to eat a bag of dicks. Gambling is like, if you're good at it, you're good at it. But if you're not, listen, it should be just used responsibly. I went to Deadwood a few months ago. I sat down at a blackjack table. I won $100. I didn't lose a single hand. I won $100. I walked away. I bought dinner or lunch. I sat down that night. I won like $85. I walked away. I bought dinner. And, just bet responsibly, please, guys.
Yeah. Oh, it's exactly that. Just, you can only gamble what you can afford to lose, man.
Yep.
That's got to keep it in its right place. But yeah, I think, offense wise, we've got to get better at third downs, haven't we? We've got to stop the false starts. We've got to turn field goals into touchdowns. But in terms of the total yardage, we actually did better than the Ravens on Sunday. But it didn't really mean anything, did it?
Really?
I
wouldn't have thought that.
372 yards for the Bears, 355 for the Ravens. The bad news was they got 177 on the ground. So we'll talk about our defense now, shall we? Shall we move on to the D?
Yeah, let's move on to the D. Fence.
Yes, to Armando's. Armando's a good gambler.
Should I spell that with a C?
No, it's fine.
So is that how you guys pronounce it, with a C over there?
I tend to spell it that way when I'm talking about football. So yeah, I tend to spell it the American that way. Yeah. Armando was saying I'm a good gambler, but I follow my dad's advice. Gambling is a fool's game. And there was a saying I've heard before that said that Las Vegas wasn't built with the money of winners, was it?
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
But yeah, so defense. Again, it was the most points we've conceded since the Detroit game. Only 3 pressures was really bad. There's the odd bright spot, which was like Dexter's, another sack for him and two tackles for a loss or one. So Dexter's kind of doing okay. Stats wise, he's not lighting it up, but he's still. I see him regularly collapsing the pocket from the interior there. But yeah, 2 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, and 5 solo tackles for Javon Dexter. Sweat got another sack, which is finally, good to see, a bit of production. He had a tackle for a loss and 4 solo, 7 total. But yeah, not a great performance, really. 2 sacks in the game. The running game, man, was tricky, wasn't it? We didn't really, our D is limped, as Alex. Yeah, it kind of was. There seemed to be no energy, did there? It seemed a little bit kind of without pressure, and then also with like backup cornerbacks in there, even if it is Tyler Huntley, who now has, I think he's won 6 games in the NFL, and 2 of them are against the Bears. It was disappointing.
By the way, Javon Dexter's injury was a knee injury, but he's expected to return soon.
Dexter is injured as well, is he?
Yeah. Did you see that in the game? He was down, like writhing.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I don't even know if he returned in that game because I wasn't paying that much attention to. I haven't rewatched the game either, so.
Yeah, I didn't know. And I did get quite drunk as well while I was watching it. So, again, another Monday write-off. I'm going to stop doing that this weekend. I'm going to have to...
You beat you, buddy.
Yeah. I'm just ruining my Mondays, man. I just need to sort it out. But yeah, Huntley held onto that ball for dear life from Sweat, didn't he? He just managed to hang on. Mm-hmm. Crimson, a real lack of effort last Sunday, disappointing. I don't know. I never... It's really hard to say that it looks like a lack of effort, but I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's just flat, isn't it? I think that's how it felt to me. It's like our defense just didn't really, after the sort of energy and the aggression and everything that we had from the sort of previous 2 weeks, just didn't seem to come through, did it? I just thought we got no pressure whatsoever, which is actually a shame because going into the game, we kind of thought that some of the stats wise, I think the Ravens offensive line wasn't really one of the highest graded in the NFL. So there was a glimmer of hope that we could get some pressure, but just didn't show up, which is really disappointing. And without the coverage, by having our sort of our top four cornerbacks missing, it was just a recipe for disaster, wasn't it? The run game didn't hold up. They say 177 yards on the ground they got, the Ravens.
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
How do you feel about this defense after all of these injuries right now? So the last time we played the Ravens, we played Huntley,
Mhm.
and we were beat by him last time. And the last time we played the Bengals, we were beat by the Bengals. And now we're going into this Bengals game with Flacco coming in and having like a superstar wide receiver. In the first game, he traded for 340 something plus yards passing, and last week almost won the game again. And the previous game, his first start. And so I going into this game, I don't think we called a score against for the Ravens game, but by Sunday, I just felt that we were going to lose this game because we couldn't even beat Huntley last time, and now we're so badly injured on defense, especially in the secondary. So now we're facing Joe Flacco again with a badly depleted secondary, and our defensive line now is badly injured, and we're playing a guy who is a veteran quarterback who's going to take advantage of the secondary. I'm just worried.
Yeah, I get that. Just want to shout out to King Booker's given us $2 super chat. What a legend.
Just because, he says.
Just because. Thanks, man.
Thank you, King Booker.
Crimson, yeah, thanks, man. Much love to King Booker, a real supporter of the channel. And you see him everywhere, don't you? In all the chats. Yeah, Crimson saying last few weeks they were swarming to the ball. Sunday they definitely weren't. Even saw 64 on the Ravens driving Billings off the line a bunch of times. Yeah, Steve M says the whole team was limp. Only game plan was to stop Henry, which kind of worked, but Huntley was better than we thought again, and he picked us apart. We lost our kicker again. Lucky we kept Jake Moody.
We did?
I don't know about that. Again, another one that might be a news flash.
Do you guys think that if we had Moody in that game and we were doing that hurricane drill and he missed the 58-yarder by 4 feet, do you think that Moody would have made that or missed it?
The other thing to point out with that one, though, is because it was the fire drill, they didn't get the K ball on, did they? They didn't get these balls that they can work in, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
So he didn't get the ball that's going further. So because they were trying to rush it with the fire drill.
Well said.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I get this, right? I get this debate about Cairo, but he is the most accurate kicker we've had on the Bears, and he's like clockwork from 50 under 50 yards, isn't he? So I think you've got to be careful what you wish for, because I got a friend who's a Niners fan, and he messaged me to say, "Oh, I can't believe you guys. Moody's got some for you." He said he was okay, but you can hit him from miles. But he says at one point before we got rid of him, he was hitting like 50%, including PATs. He said he was like 50%. Said he was dreadful. So
if you notice, like when you watch Cairo, his ball flips end over end perfectly, and it's always on line, like in a straight line. When you watch Moody kick the ball, his ball kind of goes like this, and it kind of changes direction several times in the air, and then he makes it or he doesn't. And we haven't seen him miss one for the Bears yet, but I can imagine that if we had him in that hurricane play, kicking with a non-K ball, that maybe it would have been more, floaty left and right, and maybe he would have missed. I don't know, but I presented the question to my buddy, like, do we keep 2 kickers on the roster? Obviously, it's impossible with our roster so depleted, but it would if we could only just have like one extra roster spot, we could keep one kicker for distance and one kicker for accuracy.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you get one in for the 65-yarders, and then
the other for the 35-yarders.
And the other for the everything under 45 and below, or whatever, and they can fight for it for the 45 to 50. King Booker World is a man, says Armando. So we'll see. Crimson says if the O-line plays well, the Bears win. It's kind of won and lost in the trenches, man. It's like a bit of a cliche, but it's kind of true. Booker says, anybody besides me ever notice how the Bears are never benefited by a holding call? I think that also plays into some of the lack of pressure and sacks. Yeah, I think so. I think there's some of that. I find myself like 2 or 3 times a game shouting at the TV, "That's holding," and it's I think it's kind of like done to death, isn't it? That you could probably call a holding call on most plays, but yeah, it's just fucking I hate it, man. I'm sick of talking about it. So,
I hear you, man.
I think Moody's career long is like 3 yards more than Santos. That's what Crimson's saying. I'm not sure about that.
Santos is long is 56. So you're saying his is
59.
59? Interesting point. I'd have to look that up. Let me see.
Yeah, Armando says, I saw some Facebook posts to cut Santos and I just shook my head. He's getting on, isn't he? How old is he? Is he 32, 33?
Yeah, he's 33.
Yeah, so he's not the last forever, but I don't know. So I think he's the least of our worries at the minute, a kicker. I know that it's at the odd time when it matters, but he said that having had obviously 2 25-24 wins decided by field goals or blocked field goals, I guess I don't know. I think we do much better if we could punch in touchdowns from in the red zone rather than worrying about a kicker from 55 yards and above. But
Crimson is correct. Moody's longest is 59 yards.
Okay. Yeah, that's about okay. Yeah, 55 is Cairo's, isn't it? Longest
56.
Is it? Okay.
I think that's what they said. Let me double check that. But I believe that is correct.
There we go. But yeah, defense wise, man.
You're right. 55.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's 4 yards.
He made a 57 yarder in a preseason game in August of 2025.
Okay.
But it's not official.
No, exactly. Well, that's like was it Tyler Loop hit a 70-yarder in preseason, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Dave. Santos is steady Eddie. He's like guaranteed under 50, 45 yards certainly. And to play, to do that at Soldier Field, I think we've got bigger things to worry about than a kicker right now.
I agree.
But yeah, so the defense, man, it's just the run game again, wasn't it? I think a bit let us down. No pressure, and yeah, injuries really are biting us on the arse now with the cornerbacks. You just can't maintain a coverage if the D line aren't getting home. So as bad as or not as bad as not as sort of below the standard of Jackson that Huntley was. He was good enough to just wait and pick the holes. To wait for coverage to go, and that's it. He's done.
Wait, have we transitioned into special teams already?
No, defense. We kind of just We we had a bit of a side issue from the comment about Cairo or something. That was
the chat's awesome, man. They steer us in the direction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank God they're here, man.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Definitely, yeah. I feel like,
especially considering I'm here, fucking up the entire show.
No, well, I don't know. I don't know what I'd have done without. I don't know. I might have done a half an hour chatting to the chat.
You would have done a great job, by the way.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. we just feel weird, just like being like a newsreader and just reeling off a load of information about a game that happened on Sunday.
Well, I started off last week's show by myself. I did the pregame show by myself, and then I started off the show by I got like 15 minutes in by myself, and then PJ hopped in.
Cool.
And I was like, well, I didn't even really need PJ. I'm like on a roll right now talking with Chad. So I think you would have done a fantastic job.
I don't know.
Yeah. You like to engage with Chad a lot, which is great.
Yeah, I love these guys, man. They're brilliant. They kind of show up every week and just give me information and just, I love it. I love talking ball, man. That's Jason UK and Shorty, the team you didn't know you needed, but damn it, you do. That says Booker.
Yep.
Brilliant. But yeah, I think just disappointing. They just seem to lack that energy. They weren't soaring to the ball like Crimson said. I just think, I know. Crimson says, "Did you try gents coordinate your outfits before the show?" Or I just want to be like Shorty. I don't even need glasses. Yeah.
Well, I don't. I'm just wearing a plain gray shirt.
Thank you. Patty Lara says, "Great show. Thanks, guys." No, thank you, all of you, for just being here and just making my Tuesday evenings just better, for talking about the Bears and getting it all off my chest, man.
Thank you, Patty, and your lovely husband. You guys are such great supporters of our channel, and we so appreciate you guys more than you know.
Sick Dave, Bears UK. You guys have been fantastic. Again, thank you very much. Chris has been missed. He needs to put money in the meter and get that Northern Wi-Fi working. Yeah.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, it's awesome show. Everyone's come on, guys, just don't peak too early. We haven't even finished yet. We're kind of halfway through. This could be a record for the British Bears show, man.
Oh, it's going to be. I guarantee it.
Guaranteed.
There's no structure when I come into town.
Yeah, partly we're not going yet. We're not going yet. You haven't had a stat bomb. We haven't talked about the Bengals. It's like,
Maybe she's got to go make dinner or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. No, I think she mentioned it earlier. Someone mentioned it earlier.
Armando is the cook in the house, from what I heard.
That's right. He was saying he was making, was it a shepherd's pie or something, to keep the wife happy. Good advice for everyone.
Go to Minister Charles Johnson's chat. I was taking my afternoon nap, and Shorty's voice woke me up. I thought it was Thursday.
Oh, that must be freaky. They're like 5 p.m., 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. You think, oh, it's Shorty.
Oh, wait, what day is it?
Yeah. I'm like that most of the time, to be fair. Patty says, yes, Armando is the cook. Excellent.
Yeah. We talked about that in the Sports Zone.
Booker says, like I said earlier, we go in Ric Flair all night long. Brilliant. That was on a Richie. I don't know. Anyway, fancy some stats.
Are we done talking about defense? What you want to go to special teams?
Have you got anything to add? I just think it was poor. The injuries are fucking killing us, man. We got no pressure.
Let's really quickly before we leave special teams.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that fucking penalty that cost us. What was it? Who was off? The two offensive linemen were off the ball.
Oh, for the punt. Yeah, the punt.
Yeah, the punt. The one that rolled down the sideline for 15 yards to the 2-yard line.
The 1 yard line, yeah, whatever it was. I know. And then flag. I know.
I said to my wife, like, these are the kinds of calls that this is what the game comes down to: 3 to 5, 7 plays in the game, you depending on penalties and stuff. But if a play is not complete, if a beautiful pass is not completed, that was one of the plays in the game. If you had a beautiful play that was negated by a penalty, that's one of the plays in the game. And the plays of the game were narrowed down to these plays. So it's like that ball rolling, bouncing perfectly end to end on that left sideline all the way down to the 2-yard line would have pinned them back. We could have possibly got a safety. At the very least, we could have, pinned them back to where they had to kick it to us and we had great field position. But no, it was negated. They got the ball back at like the 30 and then boom, a touchdown. So it went from
20-something yard line, wasn't it? Yeah.
A possible safety to good field goal position to now it's a touchdown.
Yeah. That's Evie there, isn't it? Evie Bear Down Davis has jumped in.
Evie, baby. How you doing tonight, Evie?
Crimson says, you really want to talk about the officiating? Well, Crimson, for my stat bomb, then you might want to go make a cup of tea or something. Because
are we ready for?
That's where it's going. I'm afraid.
Are we ready for your stat bomb?
I think we might be. Let's just
all right. Well, I got your back on that. Then
wherever
it's at. Hold on, let me find it first. Where did it go?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I got it. No, I got it. All right, ready?
Yeah. Booker, I'm sorry. One line about the refs. Bollocks. I think that says, doesn't it?
Bollocks. Yeah.
And Alex says, our punt and kickoff defense hurts my eyes. It's been terrible, isn't it? Yeah. But anyway, stats. I'm gonna again because I got totally smashed again on Sunday. I seem to be having a problem with drinking and football. Monday was a bit of a write-off again, so I scrambled together some notes. And because I know.
Wait, can I pause really quick? Like you're watching the game at night, so I understand. Like for me, like I don't day drink, so like if I'm not getting smashed at 1 o'clock because I still have yard work to do at 4 o'clock. So I get it. I would be doing the same thing.
Well, to be fair, I got off to a bad start because we went out with the family for lunch on Sunday lunch to the pub, and I'd had 4 pints of Guinness there. So nice. It got off to a bad start and then carried on. So
nice. Good for you.
Yeah,
good for you.
But anyway, yeah. So I just went had a little look into the penalties again. I'm afraid, because it's just depressing a little bit in some ways. But it kind of interests me in terms of how much of a difference it makes. And like you said, it's normally a game comes down to sort of 5, 6, 7, 8 plays. It's and sometimes it seems to be that it's the referee that affects it. And you should say that, and he can't control it, so you should. A good coach will not get players fixing on it. You just got to overcome it. You got to control what you can control. But when you see it, like I'm saying, it's a constant, man. As fans, I think people have seen now probably from. I think they mentioned it in the game, but they've seen it on the social media as well. But we are now like the second most penalised team in the NFL. So when you average them out, we are getting. Oh my god, my notes are terrible. This must have been the hangover. But we are getting basically 9. Yeah, when you average it out, it's 9.14 penalties per game in total, and the worst is Jacksonville at 9.29. So we are getting hammered with the penalties.
Ouch.
And 3.7 pre-snap per game, which is really bad. So that and we know that's part of the problem, isn't it? And that is something we can control. This false starts have got to stop, man, because it's hurting us. So we're getting nearly 4 per game pre-snap penalties, whether it's illegal formation or false start. To compare. The team with the fewest of the pre-snap, it's Seattle with 1.29 and Indy with 1.38. So we're getting nearly 3 times the amount of pre-snap penalties to the better teams in the NFL, which is really bad. So we've got 64 penalties. Jacksonville have got 65. Oh my God, what does that say? I can't even read it. Is that New England 66, Dallas 67, Denver 68, and the top 3 have all played 8 games. So. Yeah, the big difference is, of course, as we know, is the differential. Because when you look at our opponents, and it's funny you talked about the Lions in there earlier, is they are the only team that are getting fewer penalties called against their opponents. They've only had 7. The difference, where's my? Oh my God, what's going on with my notes? Oh, I do apologise. I'm in a funk here. What the hell? Oh my God! Look at that dead air. It's just bad. Right. Anyway, I'm going to go to the differential. Right, we are so in terms of the penalties that we've been awarded, and then take away the penalties that have been done against us. We're actually minus 28. So we've had 28 more penalties over the course of the season so far than we've been awarded. The next worst is Jacksonville, which is 21. So statistically, it's a massive difference. And in terms of the yardage, that's the problem. Is that they come at crucial times, like the third down call, like D-Hop with Hopkins, that third down when he just basically pushed, I think, Nashawn Wright in the face mask to make his separation, which is like, I thought it was more of a call than the offensive pass interference against Loveland last week. So it just kind of that's when we get annoyed about it, is the fact that you're not getting consistent application of the rules. So it makes a difference in terms of the yardage. So in terms of the differential of yards, we are minus. The penalty differential is costing us 279 yards, which is per game 39.86 yards. So you're talking about nearly 40 yards. We are suffering in terms of offensive of penalties. Sorry,
that's four first downs.
Yeah, exactly. So when I made a comparison of our offense is generating 350 yards total per game, that's 11% of our offense to overcome that differential of penalties. So we're making it that much harder for ourselves. Although you say we are, some of it is down to us, but I think some of it is also we are just not getting the calls, like from the targeting for this weekend to some of the other calls that just don't happen. And the other thing I looked at as well, was the number of first downs given up by penalty. So this is on our defense, right? So the number of times that our defense has given up a first down on a penalty, which is actually 18 on the season, which is tied for the 5th most. The highest is Denver with 27. The Giants have got 22 and the Eagles 21. So we're actually kind of mid in terms of the number of first downs we're giving away on defense. But again, because we're not getting the calls on the offense, against the defense, against the opposition defense, then we're not gaining any sort of first. There is my Lions 7. Look, so this was the number of first downs gained by penalty per team. Dallas have had 26. The Giants have had 24. The Saints 23. The Bears have had 8 first downs from penalties on this whole season. The only team with fewer is the Lions at 7.
Wow.
The league average is 15. So the average, we are getting basically less. We're getting half the amount of first down penalties. Penalties for first downs than the rest of the league as an average. We're getting at 1.1 per game when the league average is 2.1. So yeah, but that's it really. I just it's like depressing reading. But yeah, to go. So interestingly, right, the lowest number of penalties per game. Conspiracy. PJ in the house. Good afternoon, my man.
What's up, PJ? I'm gonna present a poll to the chat
Okay.
because I want to know what you guys think about the penalties. It's just absolutely bogus.
So
Fill up some airtime while I create this poll.
Yeah. Okay, I will. So the thing is that some of it will be, if you've got a well-run team, you've got good discipline, you're running things efficiently, then it makes a difference. Some teams will manage to run the. Alex is my name. Says PJ, congrats on Justin Fields' win. And PJ says a rare appearance in the afternoon. For me, it is absolutely good to see you, mate. Welcome. But yeah, so in terms of our next opponent, Cincinnati. Yeah, exactly, Crimson. I get it. Bad calls happen next play. That's the way the players have to react to it entirely. Lots of bad calls, says Ron Winoski, and it's true. But it just looks bad when you're not getting drilled in the face mask as soon as you turn around with the ball and not getting a call. To push-offs from D. Hopkins not getting called. It just starts to get slightly irritating when it makes a difference in terms of he gets that offensive pass interference on Sunday, Hopkins, and that's. What is that, 15 yards? Is it 10 yards maybe back? And they might not get the first down. That was a first down throw. And they went on to get a touchdown. So they make a difference.
100%.
But the team's got to overcome it. I get it, totally. I'm not going to sit here and go, the refs cost the game, but it just gets kind of frustrating. So Cincinnati are actually the team with the lowest amount of penalties per game, which is boding well for Sunday, just to cheer you up. They are committing on average 5 penalties per game. That's what they're sort of getting. So the other thing is they are benefiting from 7.13 penalties per game. So their differential penalty-wise is +2. So they're getting more penalties than they give up. And that's given them a net yardage of actually plus 24 yards per game, 24.5. So something else we'll have to think about. But I am going to finish after this when we look at this is for the Bengals game. We won't talk about it now in my stats. But I'll give you a little stat for the Bengals preview to give you some hope. All right, so but that'll do for the stats this week.
Please do give me some hope. I need some hope because I feel like we're going to lose this game too.
Do you want it now? So I'll give it to you now. So I'll give you some hope now before we get into the bit more detail about the Bengals.
Yeah.
Go on then. Right, so statistically, we kind of match up fairly well. But then we said that this week, didn't we? But yeah, Ron Winoski, yes, Bears are second in the NFL on penalties called against them. Excuse me. But to go to the Bengals game, this is what I'm going to give you shortly. This is what you've got to hang on to. All right. Any given Sunday, my friend, keep the faith.
Okay.
So this is to do with the number of drives that ending with either a score or a turnover. All right. So for the Bengals, for Cincinnati, the percentage of their drives that end in a score of some kind is 36.5%. And for the Bears, it's 43.4%. So the Bengals are 25th in the NFL for ending a drive with a score, and the Bears are 10th in the NFL, believe it or not. Top 10 in finishing a drive with a score at 43.4%. And in terms of turnovers, the Bengals have finished 12.9% of their drives with a turnover, which is the 11th most in the NFL, the 11th worst, should I say. And then the Bears, 7.9% of our drives end with a turnover, which is the 9th best in the NFL.
Wow. Okay. Well, that gives me a little bit of hope.
So we finish more of our drives with a score than they do, and we finish fewer of our drives with a turnover statistically so far this season. But we'll see what happens on Sunday.
My brain keeps going back to the last time we played Joe Flacco and we were beaten by him. Wasn't that the
Cleveland Browns with the Hail Mary?
Yeah, for the Browns. Yeah.
Just beat the Bungles, says Romanowski, like it.
and he steps into Cincinnati with Jamar Chase as his wide receiver, and it starts with Jamar Chase, and it gets progressively slightly worse from there. It's not like it's a drop off. So
and Jamar Chase had his third consecutive game at the weekend with double-digit receptions. So he had 12 catches for 91 yards, just to bring you down to earth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we know everyone knows about him, don't they? One of the best, Jamar Chase. But yeah, the Bengals lost 39-38 on Sunday to the Jets. Was it Sunday? Or was it Monday? No, it wasn't. No, Monday was.
Sunday, yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday. They're now 3-5, second in their division, 2 games behind. Second, 1 game behind the Steelers, aren't they? So Bengals are going to be pissed this game, says Armando.
So do you have a score prediction for this game then? Because I don't.
Not yet. That's way too early for that. You get out of here with that. I hate score predictions. But yeah, so yeah, they lost 39-38 to the Jets, who gave them the first win of the season, obviously led by Justin Fields. They were leading after 3 quarters, 31-16. So, ouch! That's a big lead they blew there.
Yeah.
The bad news for us is they got 181 yards on the ground at a 7.9 average rushing game on Sunday. The Bengals. So,
what about their defense?
The defense gave up over 500 yards.
Oof. Oh, that's hard to believe.
Yeah, I know. Well, Hendrickson went out of the game. He left the game when he was before Sunday. He was questionable with a hip injury, Trey Hendrickson, and he left the game in the first half and didn't return. Hobbled off to the sidelines. So Chase is going to get his. Let him take everything else away. Yeah, you're kind of going to have to, aren't you? So yeah, we're going to have to step up in terms of the pressure, aren't we, on Flacco? That's for sure. We need to affect the quarterback. Otherwise, we're in big trouble. But yeah, so Hendrickson left the game, but they gave up 248 yards on the ground to the Jets. They also, interestingly, lead the league with missed tackles this season with 81, which is way ahead of the second team with 56. So, agree, Booker. The run D has been okay, but we gave up 177 at the weekend. So we held Henry to under 80, but the other players took a bit of advantage. But
do we know how long Kmet is out for? Not yet, right?
No, we don't.
Yeah,
you're right. VRD is banged up. It's the cornerbacks, man. We're struggling, aren't we? And now we lost the lineman too. So hopefully Booker's back. But the trouble is, obviously, you lose numbers on the D line, then they're going to get gassed on. If that's what we do, is you have to rotate them in and out, don't you? So we'll have to see.
Our cornerback room is just so. We're on our 5th stringers now. It's just ridiculous. Is going to suit up one of these days. If they don't sign someone.
Very true, Booker. Flacco ain't running anywhere, is he? So yeah,
no, he's not.
But he's one of those kind of really experienced pros that can just run the game, can't he? He can play still. So he's not gonna take off and run 30 yards at a time. But we're gonna have to get pressure on him and just try and keep some coverage for a time. Yeah, exactly. We're on cornerback 7.
Yeah, it's I'm not. I don't want to do a score prediction just yet either because it's only Tuesday. But
that's the nature of our show, though, mate. We do it on a Tuesday. We haven't seen an injury report, so
right. Yeah.
I don't know. We just we'll have to see. But they've lost. They've had 5 losses in the last 6 games. So, admittedly, that's after losing Joe Burrow, isn't it? But they're missing a lot of tackles. 81 for reference. The Bears are 12th in the NFL on missed tackles with 44, so almost half the missed tackles. So we need to keep that kind of stat going.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of ranking, the Cincinnati offense is yards per game, they're 29th, passing 21st, run game is 31st in the league at 82.9 yards per game on the ground. So hopefully we can keep a lid on that. And then, points is 21. They're 21.8 points, which is 21st in the league. Against our D, which is ranked 13th against the pass, so they're 21. 25th overall in yards at 350, and we're giving up 143.3 on the ground, which is 27th. So it's improved the last couple of games, isn't it? Or the last 3 games, our run defense, but we need to.
What is our offense averaging, and what is that rank? Do you know that stat?
Excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, we have a frog. So our offense, actually, we are ranked 12th in yards per game at 350.1. We're ranked 10th in the league, so we got a top 10 passing offense at 225 yards per game, if you're talking about yardage. Our run game is now 10th as well, with 124.6 on the ground per game on offense. And then 15th in terms of points with 24 per game. And this is where you should have some hope, is the Cincinnati defense is ranked last in the NFL in yards per game, run defense, yards per game and points per game. They're giving up 31.6. So in terms of their Crimson saying how's their D line? I know that like I say, Hendrickson went out in the last game, hobbled off with a hip injury, so we don't know. Again, we don't know anything about that yet. But I haven't looked in terms of their.
You're making me want to give a score prediction. Then I'm going to call 30-20.
Whoa,
30-21 Bears.
Oh yeah, I'm going to say 25-24.
Oh, you're doing it now, huh?
But yeah, so again, we went into this weekend's game. We went into this weekend's game against the Ravens with hope, didn't we? Because of their rankings on defense and their record and all the rest of it. But yeah, that's exactly it, man. I said 25-24. But yeah, the Bears have had a problem moving the ball. They've had problems getting to 7. That's exactly it. Been a massive problem in the red zone. I think we were 1 for 3 of this game.
We were tops in the red zone before the last couple of games, and that just kind of depleted us a little bit.
The last 9 visits, we had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think I saw something earlier that said it's 4 out of 16.
And back to what Buka's saying here, like they have had problems moving the ball, but they've also had those penalties that destroyed drives that shouldn't have been penalties that we were talking about the whole show. And I'm going to continue talking about this on Thursday because this just pisses me off. I mean, this is ridiculous. So we have the let's end this poll really quick. Oh wait, I got to go over here.
But yeah, Booker, you're right. The Bears have been moving the ball. We're ranked 12th in yards per game on offense in the entire league. So we are, doing okay. Top 10 in pass and run offense in yardage. So
the poll was: are the ridiculous Bears penalties, no penalties, starting to become a conspiracy? 64% said yes. So I agree with you guys. I said yes in that poll.
So, okay, interesting. Yeah. I don't know what we can do with that information. We need to find some data, get some evidence. But yeah, Booker says, feeling the offensive breakthrough this game. I certainly hope so, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Roscoe, here's somebody new. Do you recognize this character? Roscoe R6R.
I do not, but who knows with all the name changes?
I know, yeah, exactly. So welcome, Roscoe. Thanks for joining in. 40% of penalty yards were Caleb's 2 intentional grounding throws. 30 of the 75 penalty yards on Sunday. Yeah, it's a great point.
Great stat there.
Which one of them could have been, a bit harsh. And like I say, there was a player that one to the left where Loveland got his route wrong and he should have gone left. And he was still, I don't know, they obviously didn't think he was close enough, but he was, in the area. Would you have been surprised if it was not called? I don't know.
Yeah, but that was for them to take away our last timeout, kick us back, 10 yards?
That was a massive hit. You lost the yardage, you lost your timeout, and you lost it down as well with the intentional grounding.
Mm-hmm. Absolute bullshit. These are the things we're talking about. It's like...
Oh, Booker, yeah. I never want to see another QB sneak again.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit.
That was terrible. That's the end of the game, man. We didn't even talk about that, did we? Just there was a bit of a shades of bloody Eberflus, wasn't it, with the mismanagement of the clock. Caleb should have got out of bounds, shouldn't he, for that one? He could have just dived in behind DJ, was blocking, and then DJ did the same. He obviously thought he could make it across the goal line, didn't he, for the touchdown, but he got tackled in bounds, and then that just really, again, just wound the clock down, man.
Yep.
So, yeah, not good.
I don't know. You guys are starting to make me think we can win this game. I certainly hope we can. Because here's what pisses me off about this is that we had 2 away games, a home game, 2 away games, a home game, and then now we're on 2 away games, and then we finally have another home game before we go the rest of the season without having 2 more away games in a row. There's only one time in this season, which is later on in the season, where we have 2 home games. We have not had 2 home games in a row. We're home away, away, home, away, home, away, home, away, home, away, home, away, home, away, home. And then finally, like at some point, at the end, it is home, and then away. It's going into this, the Ravens game was our last 2 games that were back-to-back away games. So Ravens away, Bengals away, Bears at home, Vikings away. Bears at home, Eagles away. Oh, there we go. Then Packers away. That's our. So now we're out. We have another series of
2
back-to-back
road games.
games on the road.
God damn it.
And then we go Browns at home, Packers at home. That's our first series of home games back-to-back. At 49ers and then Lions at home. So they don't even give us 2 back-to-back home games until the end of the fucking season, but they gave us 3 back-to-back away games with a home game in between each time. And it's, if they would have thrown in a London game or a Europe game, I should say, that they probably would have made that a home game that they would have taken away from us, and it wouldn't have mattered either way.
Well, I certainly hope not, because that's what happened last time, wasn't it? Last season was that was one of the Bears' home games that I went to in London, which are obviously great for me, but it feels unfair on the Bears fans in Chicago that you're losing one of your home games, But I guess someone does every time, don't they?
To be fair, though, that was the best game they played last year, and you got to see it.
That was epic. Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah. Before it all went to shit. Yes.
And I think we have that.
You're going to show the clip.
We have that clip of you there. That was amazing. That's it. Here we go. Like, this was just to see you on television in this moment last year was just sick, dude. Because we were like watching the game, we're like, "Holy shit, that's our guy!" It's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's why I made that a big part of your opener, because that's so cool, man. That's your 9
smile. It was so cool. Because we went. I don't know if I told the story. We decided. I was looking at the price. It was fucking disgraceful. I had to buy them from a scalper who'd obviously got them in. I paid in Swiss fucking francs to get the tickets for like twice the face value of the ticket. But we were gonna. Me and an old man were talking about it, because we like to go to sports together. So we just thought, do you know what? They won't be over again for a while, so screw it. Let's just pay it, So we did, and got front row seats right behind the Bears bench on the sort of 30-yard line. It was just amazing. And then when we got, there was one of the touchdowns, and the guy came running across the front with the camera. So I was just, I was just like banging my chair over, but then I'm because he was just. Then he got to the end of the line, was staring at me, and I started to feel a little bit awkward. I thought, oh, okay, I don't know what to do now, so I just stopped.
I'm gonna give it all I've got.
I'm gonna sit down. Woo! We're gonna sit down now. So look away. You're kind of creepy, like staring into someone's eyes too long. I was like a bit, it just feels odd now.
At that point, you're like, yeah, I'm all in on this now. It was.
Dave was right, man. There was Bears fans everywhere, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, I bet. I wonder, Dave, were you at that game? I know he went to like get
out of here. Were you really?
Get out! We could probably see him then. Let's see.
Don't know.
I barely remember what he looks like, but I'm sure I believe you.
Yeah.
What a small world, huh?
That's funny, isn't it? We're everywhere. And I also got one of the T-shirts too, where they fired the T-shirts into the crowd with a cannon. I managed to snag one of those as well.
Oh no, that was Steve. That was Steve Mead that said he was 4 rows behind you. Let's see if we can see that again. See if we can see Steve. Do you see yourself in there, Steve? I don't know. That was amazing, though. That was just I was just so happy to see that. It was just awesome, and it gave us a great moment.
Dave Bears UK was there. Of course, he was, man.
That's so awesome, Dave.
Yeah,
great stuff.
Fun. Yeah, but happy days. So the other thing is where are we at? So we are in terms of defense. Sorry, let's talk about the Bengals again. Cool. Dave says he was there. His son and his best mate.
Nice.
Cheap seats though. Oh, okay. Yeah, they weren't £400 like I paid.
you were right there on the line though, man. You could have spit on the players. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was sat behind the bench where the O-line were all sitting on when they were off the field. But yeah, so to talk about our defenses again, sorry, I think this is right. I made a note that I think it's both the Bengals and us are giving up a league high 6.2 yards per play on defense. 3 teams are tied for that, and the other one is Dallas. So it's Cincinnati, Dallas, and the Bears who are giving up 6.2 yards per play on defense. But hey,
Well, the Lions game adds a lot to that stat, though, right?
Yeah, that skews our average. But as the season goes on and we have more games, it should hopefully come down from there.
Yeah. I'd be curious to rerun the numbers to see what Caleb is averaging now for yards as far as trajectory to 4,000. And I know it doesn't mean anything like Crimson, but just to get that monkey off our backs would be nice. And then the touchdown record would be nice. It doesn't look like he's on that trajectory with 9 touchdowns and 4 interceptions right now, but who knows? He could have a 5 touchdown game, here in the future. We just don't know.
No, exactly. You might, yeah. We still lead the league in explosive plays per game, by the way.
Yes, that's good.
8.1. We've had 31 rushes over 10 or more yards and 20. That's really small. 28.
Your fucking stats are so impressive.
These are all off Reddit. I have to give. That's that Mosh. What's his name? Marcus Mosher is the one who's producing this on X. So we've got to shout out to him for that.
Yeah, no, we're giving you all the credit.
Nah, I don't steal other people's work, man. You got to give them credit when they put it.
You got to find it yourself, though. It's not like it just was emailed to you.
That's very true.
You know what I mean?
Where is it? I'm trying to find. Here it is. Yeah, right. Okay, so there we go. The journey to 4,000. So his current pace is now, if he averages the same as every game from here on in, it's 3,973 yards. So he year-to-date average is 234 for the games he's played, and he needs, for the remainder of the season, 236 yards per game.
Oh, okay.
So if he stays the same as he is, he's on course for 3,973. So if he has a couple of big games.
If he does, if he hits that and doesn't hit 4,000, he's still the passing leader for the Bears all time in a single season.
It will be. That'll be the most yards ever by a Bears QB.
In his second season.
All that matters is he wins games. But it's like you say. I think to answer Crimson's question about it is the fact that it's used. It seems to be used by people, especially in the media, to beat us with a stick with all the time. But they've always mentioned it, don't they? And always like, they've still never had a 4,000 yard pass. Yeah, all right. So maybe it'll change.
Charles Johnson says, "How's the ribeye eater, Shorty? Meeting my dog because he's so jealous because he can't eat like solid foods." Today he actually ate salmon and rice, and so my wife always, for like the last 5 years, she's been making their food with different kinds of things. Like she'll ground lamb, and she'll get ground turkey, and she'll get beef and grind it, and she doesn't want to give them like. But we've been cooking it for them lately because the doctor said cooked food is better for them as they age rather than raw meat. So, and they were on a raw diet for a long time in their life too. But so for the first time in months, he finally ate something besides ribeye today, which was salmon and rice and green peas and all that stuff. So he's still jealous though.
He's still jealous, yeah.
I appreciate you asking though.
Crimson saying, "I'll give you some slack. People from Chicago have some thick skin."
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Where did you move to, by the way, Crimson? When you got out of Chicago, and because, like I said, you saw my chat earlier. I was like, when I moved, I feel like I'm on vacation every day since I moved from Chicago. It's like I'm not forced to listen to the score on my because I'm not forced, but if I'm driving to work, I'm putting on the score. Then I get all irritated and pissed off when I get to work and. Like now I don't have that in my life anymore. I stay away from all that stuff and I love it. It's just, I watch podcasts and even those piss me off at some point now because people just don't have enough patience to just allow this to grow. And I think we all just need to, my parting thoughts on this is that we all just need to have some patience and enjoy the process and not live and die by every game. Like it's the last, it's a process.
That's what I was going to say, mate. You've got to enjoy every Sunday. And what's the point? Life's too short. And I get it. People, I'm not, you can't tell people how to be a fan. It's up to them. But I just love watching football, man. The Bears or whatever. It's only 17 games. It's such a short season. You've got to just try and enjoy every Sunday. I know it's grim when you're on like that 10 game losing streak last year was tough. But, you can't do anything about it. You just kind of got to get it stuck in, try and enjoy it. Enjoy the company you make along the way, like the friends and chatting football and whatever. But, I've just seen as well something from Brad Biggs who says that the Bears have activated Austin Booker from injured reserve.
Oh, good.
So he is active. He's on the 53, which is actually 52. The roster stands currently at 52. So there's a space on the roster.
Well, let's add Moody to it so we can have a long kicker and a short kicker.
Yeah.
Can he tackle?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dave's in there. He's in there. Dave says he loves my Sunday roast dinner, a few beers, and football. Yeah.
Same here.
Made loads of mates. Yeah, I'd say I wouldn't have made loads of mates. I'm not that kind of person, but good for you.
when the weather starts to change and you can smell the leaves in the air and the chill comes, oh, it's football time, man. And that's why I had to finally break down and just, the first 5 games of the year, 4 of them were prime time. So I didn't want to pay $480 a year for Sunday ticket because I knew that 4 of those first 5 games were going to be on prime time. Why would I pay for that to not watch it?
I'm not better to watch them. Yeah.
And I just happened to be in Chicago back home for the Lions game. So I went to the watch party with Sean Sierra from Sports Zone Chicago, who we plug a lot on this channel, and had a great time. So I got to see that game. So finally I broke down and I paid for the first NFL Sunday ticket game was the Saints, and I only paid $282. So now I paid $282 instead of $480 for the rest of the year. And most of these games are noon games. So they should, by the way, they should call that the NFL Sunday at noon ticket.
And that's a lot.
That's the only games they give you. So
yeah,
I planned it out well this year. I'm happy I did that.
Booker says, Coach Johnson said November, December. Patience. Yeah.
That's exactly.
Exactly. Just don't worry about it. Just next game, man. Just got to roll into it, enjoy it. Let's. So Crimson says he got Sunday ticket for free from Verizon. Get you.
Whoa, you lucky duck. They're going to make you pay for it next year. Then you're going to have to call and I'm canceling my Verizon service.
Yeah.
Well, what can we do to make you? We're going to send you to the retention department. What can we do to save you? Give me a Sunday ticket for free again. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Or $10 a month. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I know you're right. I'm glad that they're all kind of like 6 p.m. over here now. Games on a Sunday, that works all right.
Yeah.
So I hate the prime time because I always stay up watching it. I'll say, it's Sunday night football, and I go, fuck it, I won't stay up. But then I just I can't stop myself. I just I go, I'm tired, and then I just go, I'm lying in bed thinking I must try and get to sleep. I'll watch it first thing in the morning live. It'll be fine. And then I just lay there blinking, grab my phone. Oh, I'm gonna just go watch it. I just walk downstairs and stay up till bloody 4:30 in the morning. I can't help it. If they're playing, I can't sleep.
I do the same thing.
The one time was, like I say, just recently when I was away on my holiday, because that was 10 hours ahead of the US. So it was literally games were on at like 2 a.m. I was on my honeymoon. I'm not going to stay up, and that was. She was good enough to let me, to put up with me watching it live first thing in the morning and watching it with me. So, yeah.
This is not a newbie because we know the name STC.
No, STC, yeah, exactly. Yeah, see him in your show. Yeah.
He says it'd be good to have Moody on the roster also in case of long one. That's what I'm saying earlier. Like, I think you missed it. Like, if we could just keep 2 kickers, one for the long ball, one for the short game, that'd be ideal. Why wouldn't they want to just give some competitive advantage to the roster like that, right?
If you've got an empty slot, there's no point having an empty slot, is there? You may as well fill it, as she said.
That's what she said, yeah. Got to fill that empty hole, right?
And as Crimson's pointed out, the career long is a whole 6 feet longer than Santos.
But he would have made that last one. Not that it would have mattered because we lost by too much, but they might have changed the trajectory of the game, right? So who knows? I
don't know. Well, he's elevated him. They've elevated him twice, haven't they? So they can only do it once more without putting him on the 53. Right, you can only do it three times, can't you? Before. Yeah.
If Santos' injury bug continues, he might be off the roster at that point, right?
Yeah, might be it. Yeah.
Interesting thought.
Indeed.
Well, dude, this is like the longest British Bears show of all time. Like, this is a total record.
I know.
You're getting into BCP territory. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Giggity, giggity says, yeah, I saw that talk of slots and long ones for winning games. So Dave says, what are the days and times for all Bears Country podcasters? I love the bants.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
They do a Thursday night show, which is at 2 a.m. our time, 8 p.m. Central.
9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
9 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Central,
I was coming to that. Yeah.
You're correct, yes.
Obviously, for this week only, I think, because the clocks have changed, it's on at 1 a.m. on Thursday. Oh, it's Friday morning, technically. So Thursday night, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for now. We were doing some old 22 breakdowns for a little while, weren't you? But
yeah, we got flagged for that, so we can't do that anymore.
hell
But
yeah.
this show will resume back at 4 p.m. next week when everything. Well, you're currently going at the same time right now, though.
We are at the same time, 9 p.m.
But
Yeah.
right now, this was 5 p.m. Eastern time for us in the United States. But next week it'll go back to 4 p.m. Eastern time.
So yeah, hop in. So Dave, if you're free, send an email to Shorty in the description if you want to come on here and chat Bears football with me and the rest of the chat. Because I'm not sure Chris is going to get his laptop sorted out in time. So if you fancy it, jump on.
Yeah, the more the merrier. Like if you want to come on and talk Bears with the rest of our amazing British Bears fans and replace me, that would be amazing. We would love to have you, Dave. It's been great that you found us and you've subscribed and you're here watching the show. It's amazing, and we really appreciate it and want to thank you for that. I know it fits in your time slot right now, so that's good stuff for you.
Yeah, that's why we did it, because we were, both Chris and I have been on sort of your shows and stuff before, haven't we? But I've done it sometimes. I've been on a couple of times, but it's a killer for the Thursday night show because it goes on so long.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of so we just like getting live and chatting with people on the British time zone, because it's just obviously more convenient for us. So and some of these lovely guys from across the pond join us too, because they just can't get enough Bears talk with a funny accent.
I agree. We have coming up this Thursday. We have a guest who hasn't been on the show in a long time. His name is Sriram Paratharasi.
I've seen him.
Let me get this correct. Sriram Parthasarathi. He was an amazing guest. I actually wasn't on that show. He was on with Foster and Peach and maybe Carl. I think Carl was there at the time, but he's going to be our guest this Thursday. Looking forward to that. He's excited to join us, so that should be a good show. Make sure you guys tune into that. And Dave, if you can't tune in at 1:00 in the morning, it's always on demand. You can find us the next day. We're also available. Both of these shows are available wherever you can find your audio streams: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, every single audio platform. Yeah. So if you can't watch us, on demand, you can listen to us on demand, because Jason likes to listen to our Thursday show on Friday while he's working on Spotify. So you can do that too.
Yeah. Whereabouts are you in the UK as well, Dave? Just out of interest. Just obviously, Chris is in Leeds, dirty Leeds. So I wonder if you have a London connection, because I think it was you that mentioned no one likes us, we don't care earlier, which is Millwall. Yeah. Well, wicked. All right. I think we're kind of done, aren't we?
I think so. We're going on 2 hours, right? This is
get the hell out of here, Dave. You're in Reading.
Huh.
I'm in Wokingham. That's where I am. Yeah. Literally, like.
You guys can go have a beer.
Exactly. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, Dave, I'm in Wokingham. So I go to Calcott over in Reading by Junction 12 on a Thursday night to go see my family every Thursday night. I go over that way. So yeah, I'm just a junction up the motorway from you, man. That's crazy.
That is awesome. You guys should definitely get together and have a beer, talk some Bears, maybe watch a game together even.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, is Steve me? And are you in the UK, Steve?
No, he's saying, "What are you reading?" I think he's.
What are you reading?
Yes, that's common. Get the fuck out of here! You're in Woodley. Jesus Christ! I work at Dinton Pastures, mate. It's like literally right. Yeah. Oh man. Beer, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, how hilarious is that?
Email the show, Dave. I'll hook you guys up. You guys can
send an email to Shorty. Get him to give me on. He can give you my number or email or whatever, and we'll catch up for a beer in the Bears game. BearsCountryPodcast@gmail.com. Email that to join the show. Email it. I'll send your information off to Jason. That's insane. You guys can hook up. Yeah.
So cool.
Oh, brilliant.
Steve's in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Wow, awesome, Steve.
Nice. Beautiful part of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable. That is
unbelievable, Dave. That's crazy, isn't it? Really funny.
He says beer definitely, and then Ron Winarski says I'm on my third beer. Cheers.
Okay. Brilliant. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Dave, send or if you fancy a walk, I'd say I'm working tomorrow. I'm at Dinton, so pop by.
Cool, man.
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh.
Right, look at that. We're nearly at 2 hours. Shall we try and just fill the air? Be like an Alan Partridge.
for 15 more seconds, make it 2 hours.
Exactly. But no, that's crazy. Oh, that's made me smile. That Dave is literally just like 4 miles away from me.
Dave, when we so I made this awesome little video for our I call him the Podfather. He is Aldo at the Barroom Network. Go check them out, Dave. Too, the Barroom Network. They have really good stuff. It's they are our Podfather. Right? So, like I literally coined the phrase for Aldo Gandia as the Podfather because he has created so many of us that have created our own channels. We've been on his show. We've become friends. We've broken bread together. We've gone to many games together. He's just become a friend, and he's helped me with a lot of stuff, and he's just amazing. So before we end the show with our with I should say their outro, I would like to quickly play this little video that I made for the Podfather before we end the show, just to give my tribute to my good friend, who is still alive, by the way. He's
that's what I thought when I first saw it. I thought tribute. Holy shit! Is there some bad news?
It's a living tribute to our best friend of this channel, and I want to thank Aldo for everything he's done. And if you're ready to leave, I'll do the outro. I got it. I can handle this for you, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
I know you guys like to end this. I always end it on a ridiculous Bears, but you guys like to end it differently. So let's do that.
So you want to do it? Yeah, we just do a bear down. You know, we still trying to do the claw a bit.
First off, thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. You guys in chat have been absolutely amazing. This has been an epic 2-hour show of the British Bears. And Jason, I want to thank you for having me on tonight.
Thank you, man, for stepping in at the last minute and just for hosting the show, but putting us on here every week. I love it.
No, man, it's my honor. It's my privilege, and I'm glad to have made friends with you and Chris and all of our British Bears fans and Bears fans from the other side of the globe. All of you guys, the other side of the pond, I should say, whether you're in Britain or you're in Germany or you're in Ireland or whatever. You guys are all awesome, and the fact that you watch us is just an honor, and we want to thank you. Thank you. You guys are awesome, and thank you, Buka, for your $2 super chat.
Yes,
we really appreciate it. Much love to you, my friend. All right, you want to end this on a 1, 2, 3 Bears?
Going to end on a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 bear down. I'm going to do it British style, and then you're going to run the show. You're going to run the outro. Yeah. Brilliant. Right. Well, thanks again, everyone. Yeah, for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week. 1, 2, 3. Bear down.
Bear down.
Bear down.
Over 10 years now, and hundreds of shows. He's made a few stars, but nobody knows. Grinding out the content, covers every game. He owns the barroom, you all know his name. He is the Podfather, the voice of the gang. He is our Podfather, yeah, he's made a few names. Humble as hell, generous too. He's got hundreds of friends, some old and some new. A true inspiration, the skills to prevail. He gives us his platform and won't let us fail. He is the Podfather, his own claim to fame. He is our Podfather, you all know his name. It's been over 10 years now, no flaws in his game. He's brushing his shoulders with all the big names. He is the Podfather, his own claim to fame. He is our Podfather. We gave him his name. Podfather.
Podfather. Tell me, are we going the right direction? We're going the wrong way.
We are all bears. We are all bears.
British Bears, the British Bears, the British Bears.